Hey YouTube, Shukunshitobi here with a review of the Kamen Rider Wizard Plamonster Series 06 Violet Golem. The last in the line of Plamonsters as far as we can tell. There will be a White Garuda being released in May or June or somewhere around there. But that is Plamonster Series EX and not part of the actual lineup. Because it's just a repaint. So up on top we got Plamonster Series 06 Violet Golem, yada yada yada. Golem down there throwing some rocks, maybe building a box, who knows. Very cool looking, typical Plamonster stuff. Shows all of the series there. The fact that we can build a Plamonster Megazord, which I will show off. A very cool little combination gimmick going on there. But very cool. So, yeah, really neat. Here is the Golem Wizard Ring. You can basically see his little Yeti self in there. He's not really a Yeti, he's a Golem, but kind of looks Yeti-ish. So if we go ahead and activate that. So you basically get a weird little rumbly growl noise. And in the Wizard Sword Gun, and generic sound. So here's our tray of Golem pieces. You've got him up here, his arms, his waist, and his legs. So if we just go ahead and start pulling these off, building him is fairly simple. Move that aside, and then we put his brain in, which is the ring, which I think is really neat. And here we have Golem. You can see his little eyes there because his eyes are kind of looking downwards. He's got a little punchy gimmick. So that's his little action gimmick, nothing wild or crazy. Very neat, probably my favorite just because I really like his whole humanoid shape. And he's adorable and shy, and he builds boxes and fake beast drivers and stuff, and I think that's really neat. Plus, I like his little factor to him. I think he's really neat. But yeah, that's all he does is that. Nothing too crazy to add to that. But Golem here does give us a lot of playability and functionality with all the other Plamonsters to make some very interesting combinations. My creativity juices are dead, so I'm going to use the one that's on the box and make kind of a Plamonster Megazord mecha thing. So that's really neat. We're going to pop off the Golem thing here. You can use any wizard ring in this that you want to. Basically, you take Kraken, pull off his horns. We are going to use those. Pop off his brain and flip it around. And then this is actually going to go to the back. Gonna make a little bit of a tail. I'm not sure if that one's actually supposed to stay there or not, but I keep it in just because I like having something back there. Put Golem in there. Like I said, you can put any wizard ring you want in there. It doesn't really matter. The arms are going to become legs, so those are going to attach right there. Just like so. So those are going to become like legs for this combination. We aren't going to use... There we go. We aren't going to use the body piece for the combination, so we'll just keep that aside. These are going to act as shoulders, basically. So those are going to swing around and peg in right up there. The horns are going to pop in right on the sides here to make some cool shoulder armor. The Garuda is going to act as our head because Taka's are brave. Even though Taka's hawk and not Garuda's, but whatever. The unicorn is actually going to be a hand to be a little blade kind of thing, so you can position that however you want to. The Golem's little foot piece is actually going to be our other arm. And according to the one on the box, you put the unicorn's little feet thing in to make like a little claw. And then on the back here, you take the Garuda's backpack, plop it in right there, and you have a little, like, Plamonster robot. And I think it's really cool. This one is comprised of parts of Haruto's 4 Plamonsters, Garuda-Unicorn-Kraken, and Gollum. Now there are, of course, 2 more, Griffon and Cerberus. Cerberus belonging to the White Wizard, and Griffon belonging to Beast. And I wanted to incorporate all of the individual Plamonsters in here. So I just, instead of adding to it, because I really like how simple it looks, I think adding would be kind of distracting to it, I decided to pop off the Garuda wings, set those aside, and replace them with the Griffon wings. Which ruined the arm articulation a little bit because they influenced the horns a bit. And then pop off the unicorn's legs and replace them with the Cerberus legs, which actually give you like a bigger claw going on. And you have just a different make of it that includes parts from all 6 Plamonsters. And granted, you do have a little bit of waist articulation here because of the way Kraken moves. This piece right here does move for the blade. Then you have this piece right here that can move for the little claw. You can extend its legs and pretend it's jumping, I guess, if you wanted to do that. The wings lose an action functionality because you switch them with the Griffons, but I kind of like the way that the Griffon's wings look on here. So, overall, just absolutely fantastic functionality here. And with how many ports Kraken's body has, it makes an excellent base to make some pretty killer robots out of the different Plamonster pieces. So overall, Gollum here is awesome. His huge arms act like great legs for a robot build. These act as great shoulders. You can even have him be a little mini robot and attach some stuff to him. You can put the Garuda wing pack on him, make a flying Gollum. Whatever you really want to do is possible here. Now, his head doesn't pop off right here, so you can't use his body as anything and replace his head. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but that's fine in the long run. So if you've been collecting these, by all means, pick up Gollum. If you haven't been collecting them all, I think Golem's got a lot of good things going for him as an individual, too. You've got the cool little arm gimmick going on, the Golem wizard ring as well. And he's just a nice little functioning Plamonster to sit there and play with, too. So if you've only been collecting them here or there, I think Gollum is a nice addition and a nice standalone Plamonster, too, regardless of whether you have the other ones or not. Very cool. Plus, he's purple, and purples are always fun. I like purple. So there we go. You can check out shugunshinobi.com for latest updates on my reviews and hauls, and of course check out Riders, Rangers, and Rambles, the podcast bringing the latest token news in the quickest way possible. And of course you can pick up the Violet Golem, the other Plamonsters, and other Kamen Rider Wizard merchandise at cstoysjapan.com. So take care and have a great one. Bye.